que c'est un album qui vous ramène à ce que vous êtes vraiment.
Debut and Post, my first and second album were very much Björk leaves Iceland and goes abroad and meets a lot of exciting foreigners. And Homogenic is very much Björk goes back home, and then I don't mean literally Iceland, but home as in myself, and digests and looks at all the things and looks through all the diaries and all the snapshots and all the songs and all the things I've done and thinks, okay, that was fun. And sort of, it's like contemplative, you know, that sort of thing.
La nature et la nature islandaise notamment, on a l'impression qu'avec ce disque, vous avez essayé de la récupérer ou de la transcrire dans votre musique, dans les rythmes, dans les mélodies.
Where I come from and where I'm going. And I think in very much same sense, the word nature and the word techno is for me the same word, except it's past or future. And I have explained this to my friends by saying, if you see a house in the mountain, a little a cozy house, if the monkeys would look at this house, they would say it was techno, it was the future. But for us now, we look at this mountain and we say nature, you know? So I think it's really the same thing. It's not a question if it's man-made or not man-made. I think it's more a question of if you locate yourself in the right point between nature and techno, you are in now, and it's a very, it changes every day, and you have to be part of both. You can't just be only techno, and you can't be only nature. You have to be right in the middle. Very important.
On a le sentiment que tout ce qui est moderne, de tout ce qui est justement le développement des sciences, des techniques, c'est quelque chose qui vous fascine. Est-ce que c'est lié au fait que l'Islande, d'où vous venez, c'est un pays qui a basculé très vite et presque d'un seul coup après son isolement dans le monde moderne, et que c'est un objet de plaisir et de fascination que la modernité?
I think it's not me being obsessed with technology. I think it's more I want to be alive now. In 1997, I'm a European. I want to be truthful, what I'm about. I think there was people like, for example, Maurice Ravel, who was mostly influenced by machines. The rhythm, like, for example, in Bolero, was largely influenced by his father, who was inventing the car. And he invented, I think, the first steam car or something, you know. And that was, his sense of rhythm came from machines. So that is almost 100 years ago, you know, and I think we still treat machines like aliens, but they've been around for a long, long time. And they are basically part of us, what we do. It's tools. And I've said this many, many times, but I still believe it's the same as when we first, man found fire. He was scared, you know. And he said, oh, we're all gonna die. But he actually learned to cook it with it and use it in a creative way. And then man found the nuclear energy, and he was scared, and he had the right to be. But now we can do the good things with nuclear energy. We can get a lot of energy out of it. I think we get always scared when we discover new things that it's gonna be more powerful than us. And it's very natural, but I think it will never happen, I don't think. Because human nature is much stronger, I think. I think there will never be born a child without feelings, or sometimes I wish, but it's impossible. Humanity will always win, I think. Don't be scared.
Qu'est-ce qui vous fascine dans l'électricité?
People like Stockhausen and other pioneers could challenge this electricity for audio, you know, and it's very fascinating, you know. I bought a accordion in Italy 2 days ago, just a little one like this, and it's amazing, the chords and the mechanism of it, the decade they invented it, they make it very much around the music that was then. If they would have discovered this mechanism like now, with people listening to music of today, they would have made the chords and the notes and the musicology of it completely different, you know. And I think it's very nice how each musical instrument is not only the invention they are inventing then in science, but also the musical taste of the people in that time. So it's combined, the expectation of beauty and invention is unite in the instrument that is invented every time. And today we have the samplers and the drum machines, you know, and they are making beautiful noises which are uniting the expectation and the hope and the curiosity and what excites us and what turns us on in 1997, and also the technology which is available now. And it's a beautiful marriage. Music all the time, just like for the eye. And I think, again, I have to talk about Stockhausen. But what, like he said, that the audio is the nigger of the world. Because everything is designed to look pretty, like the airports and the telephone, but it's never designed to sound nice. You know, like this room was not designed to sound good. Or a city or a square is not designed to sound good. And people go to a shop to buy a telephone, and I've never seen a person go and say, oh, excuse me, could I hear all these telephones? I want to pick the one with the most beautiful ring. People never do that. They pick the one who look great, you know. But I think there is noise everywhere, you know. And I think what's beautiful with samplers and looping things, and to be able to choose what you repeat is big freedom, because how can I explain this? It's like in this room, this is our environment, and me and you are talking together. So we decide what is the narrative and what is environment, you know. But if we decide to swap the role, so if you go out with a sampler and you sample, for example, a train or a waterfall, and you repeat it very many times, you have a pattern. So it's almost like wallpaper. So you made an environment, and then you can put inside a saxophone or a voice, and that is the narrative. Or you can reverse it. You can sample me and have very, very many me around, so that is in the environment. But the narrative is the train in the middle and the waterfall in the middle. So to able to loop or sample or repeat or make a pattern or a rhythm is to be able to choose environment, you know, and which is just as important as the storyteller in the middle.